Hello! Welcome to another Life of Phi Part 2 update, or just a Life of Phi update in general. Oh my god, it's been a while since I've done one of these, so I wanted to do that, basically. Um, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's about two-thirds animated, I want to say. I had been going through this big transitional phase where you saw me make the music video Call Me Fancy. That was me switching over from Photoshop to Ibis Paint for animation specifically. I've also upgraded to DaVinci Resolve, and so yeah, there were some big changes that happened in the middle, changing softwares and stuff, changing the flow. I'm still going to use Photoshop for the backgrounds because Photoshop has a way of making things look haunted that I really like, so I've decided to keep it. Um but just for the backgrounds largely, like specifically for texturing backgrounds. Like for drawing them, I'll probably use whatever I happen to be sitting at, but for actual textures and stuff, it'll be Photoshop. So a lot of big changes happened there, which slowed it down a bit. I also have been working on just narrowing it down a bit, like whittling it down, trimming off the fat, stuff, making it so that it's less excruciating for me, basically. Downsizing is the word I'm looking for. And I've done that for both the visuals and for the story, because the story originally, the way I wrote it was gonna be about like 7 parts, right? But then I decided I was going to cut those parts in half like I did with part 2. And then that brought it to like around 12 parts more like. It was like 6 parts and then 12 parts, I don't even remember. But then I decided to change one detail, just one detail in the story, and that made my life 1,000 times easier and made the story flow way better. Uh, and I was like, okay, actually, you know what? We can do this in 7 parts. Thank God, because I'd rather be doing this for the next 5 years rather, or maybe 10 rather than the next 20. Thank you. So there's that pretty much. I am getting some help from some friends. I do have one friend that I have been talking to about, the script and stuff like that and the writing and stuff. There's also going to be a guest voice actor or two, at least one right now. That for part 2 there's going to be one. Um and he's been helping me out with a lot of stuff. So this is peer reviewed is basically what I'm saying, cuz like I was tired of not being sure about things and I wanted to run things by people before going and committing into doing it because I was just wanted that extra reassurance. And it's been beneficial for everybody, which is great. It's like I like talking to this person because um, if I make something and I can't show it to anybody yet, I can show it to him at the very least. So, there's like that. No, you cannot apply. This is hand-chosen people. These are people that I've chosen with my own self, okay? Just so you know. But I'm getting help from some friends um about the whole toxin submitted thing. The cameos and stuff. For part 2, originally it was going to be way bigger, so there was going to be way more. But for part 2 there's going to be 5. And I haven't started. I'm about to start, but I have not yet started for the last 3 that make a brief appearance. I'm going to be getting in touch with their owners soon. Um God, I hope everybody's still in the community. Jesus. There might have to be some people that I reach out to and be like, "Hey, I don't know if you're in the community still. Is it okay if I, continue to use your character or whatever?" I'm not sure. I don't remember what I said on the agreement. I don't remember what they agreed to, but I'll have to double check. But there's 2 characters that are they do play a big role at the beginning of the part, and I've already been talking to their owners as well. And they've been giving a lot of good feedback, and it's all been very helpful, mostly positive, which is good. There was the only mistake I remember actually making was like one time I need to make a fix was I fucked up the side view of like one of the characters' hairs. And I was like, whoops, misread that completely. But other than that, like, yeah, it's been really good. Been a lot of fun. Um, and so those guys are pretty much. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I've completely. No, I'm like I have to animate one more shot with them, and then I think they're done for that part. Uh, And then with the other three, I have to get in touch with their owners. There is one character it's technically six characters because there is one character that's kind of hinted at. But they don't I don't know if they ever actually make an appearance, but they do some stuff in the background. Like there's signs that they were there, but I'll have to get in touch with that person as well. I almost forgot about that. Good lord. Um so there's that. What else? Yeah, this part should be releasing. Oh man, if I really lock in, I should get it out before September 17th. Which is what I want to do because that's when Fi as a host of the streams is retiring, so to speak, and I want to get it out before then, not because, Life of Fi is going to continue after that. I don't care. But I want to get it out before then just because I feel like that's a reasonable time to get it out. Um Especially after almost 2 years. So, yeah, the because part one's turning two in August, I think. So I'm gonna aim for that. Hopefully, there won't be many hiccups. I imagine like the hardest part is gonna be over once I'm done with the visuals, and then it's just a matter of doing the sound design and the additional editing, and that's it. That's the easy shit. I'm gonna be so honest with you. The audio stuff is gonna be the easy part. The hard part's gonna be over pretty soon. So there's that. If you want to support the production of this, you can commission me for stuff. You can commission me for art, for music. I'm gonna soon be posting a graphic that explains like the price range of like the specific things because it's been changing here and there. You can also look at my Newgrounds page and like see a rough estimation of what it's gonna be like, but that's primarily for music. Um, Prices may be increased or decreased depending on complexity and shit like that, but like I'll get the new graphic will explain everything. And if you don't want to if you want to support me but you don't want to like be like, "Oh, I don't want to take up your time with the commission," then I do have a coffee or a Ko-fi or however it's pronounced. But and you can donate to that. It should be in the description. That's just something that would mean a lot to me. I don't want to have to go back to retail. In fact, my therapist said I shouldn't. So, we're not going to be doing that no matter what. But but like as long as I can make something off of this, that would be nice. After part 2 is over, if you want to commission me, please do. Please do. I want to do stuff. Is basically that's one of the big reasons I'm doing this. Hi. Okay. I had to cut this in real quick. Because I messed up. I like went and I talked about everything that I wanted to talk about on my list with Life of Fi, and then I forgot I forgot the stuff that was directly in front of my face, which was showing you the previews that I had made or the teasers of Life of Fi that I had made, works in progress. Um that I had been posting to Blue Sky and on Discord and stuff like that, but I haven't been posting them on YouTube because they're kind of too short for that shit. So I figured let's do that right now. This one is from November 10th, 2025. This was a little pool net, scooping something out of the substance. We'll get to that when we get to that. This next one is, well, this one's pretty cool. This one's of Fi turning the corner. This one was from, that's very soon after. As you can see, this is when I made the big transition into Ibis Paint. But the big transition here, yeah, this is from January, but I started working on this in when in oh, that was like around the same time. That was in December I started working on this. And this is when my dad decided to get me the or my dad decided that I should get because I talked about it with him primarily, the premium version of Ibis Paint, I think is what it's called. I don't know. I forget. But it's the one where it gets rid of it makes it so that you can do the 1080p animation plus the you can get rid of the watermark. And this is what I mean by textures in Photoshop. I decided to trace over this, and ultimately just getting the subscription saved a lot of time because like I can just export the animation. I just traced it over here in Photoshop and then brought all the frames together to make this. And this is the kind of texturing stuff, like I said, I'm talking about in Photoshop. Like, look at the texture on that wall compared to Fi. I really, really like this. I think it's really weird looking, and that's the kind of thing that I'm going for. Um, and then, so yeah, like the slime and like all the characters and stuff will be animated in Ibis, and then backgrounds and items they will be made in Photoshop. So, well, like items, it depends on the items animated or whatever. This one is this is another Photoshop demonstration here. Look at this. This is just part of a shot. Fi is going to be sitting here in the chair, obviously. Um but like all of these, let me open this another tab for you. All of this texture and stuff is Photoshop at work. It looks really crunchy because it's on fucking blue sky, but like, it looks haunted to me, and that's what I really like about it. This is just a screenshot that I had posted of Fi. This was in wait, hold on. So this was in December. This was in March because I was so busy with Call Me Fancy that I hadn't really posted much on Life of Fi. And then this is me in April being like, I'm still working on it, I swear to Jesus. And and then this most recent one, which is my favorite right now, is this one. I actually decided to put the hashtag on it. I wasn't originally going to show this, but I was like, it's May. I probably should give an update on what's been going on. And yeah, this is a Photoshop background that I brought into Ibis Paint so that I could export this video and show you. Um it is yeah, it's her dropping one of the pool nets. Idiot. I can't really explain the context. This is not the final shot, by the way. There's going to be other characters in this shot. But for now it's just you just get to see her. And that's it. So yeah, now I can cut the video and go back to the previous thing that I was talking about before. Stay tuned. Okay, so this is the other thing that I wanted to say. Forgive me, I have to re-record it because the first time I did it, I was like, this doesn't really work out. And I deleted the script after doing this. Shit. Well, anyway, so I'm just gonna cut to the chase. So I know a lot of people who are watching this are from the Toxic Cesspit, FizzNoms community, whatever. And I'm just gonna nip this in the bud. I'm a PNG tuber, but that does not mean that I'm going to subscribe to the concepts of or the habits of VTuber culture. Um so like I would prefer vastly if you please um do not call me like your Oshi or your Kami Oshi or anything like that. I don't want to be put on a pedestal or anything like that. I really don't. Cuz that can only lead to disappointments and like people getting like just don't treat me like an idol or anything like that. I'm a person just like you. And I'm saying this because I've been seeing people in that community do those kinds of things or follow that type of behavior, and then a lot of people are following suit or like excusing it. There's like a lot of parasocial stuff elements going on here. There's a lot of weird stuff going on here that I don't want to get to me. Like, I disapprove of what I've seen in that community, but it's not my responsibility nor my problem unless it comes to me. And that's when I'm just gonna say, that's not cool. Like, these are people, guys, and I'm a person, and we're just ordinary people doing ordinary things. And that's how we should be treated. We should be respectful and we should compliment each other. We should be nice, but we shouldn't. I don't know. I just like, we can call each other great at what we do. We can say that we're really good at what we do. Fine, whatever. But there are times where it has gone too far. And I don't want any of that to happen to me. I don't want anybody to get the idea that because I'm a PNG tuber means that I'm okay with those kinds of things and that I'm okay with being treated that way, because I'm not. And so I want to get that out there now before it happens, you know. I don't want to wait for it to happen because I have a feeling it eventually would. But now that I've said this, hopefully it won't. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's just the boundary that I want to set. Don't make me a shrine or none of that, okay? You can like the characters that I make. You can love the characters that I make. I'm making characters, I'm making my own original characters. Do what you want with them, basically. Get obsessed with them, not with me. Do you understand? Like get it'd be even better if you got obsessed with the same characters I'm obsessed with because like, then we'd have something to talk about, but like just not with me personally, okay? I have this avatar on screen because I like being this character and I think it's funny and I think it's cute. It's nothing more than that, okay? That's it. That's really all I wanted to say. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to the update. You guys all have a good day now. I'll see you around. Bye bye.